Hey, good morning everyone. My name is Matthew from the LG4L Gaming Network, and I'm currently playing Kerbal Space Program. It's on version 0.23 now, and what I wanted to do was take you through a short video showing you how to start off right from the beginning in the career mode. So let's go ahead and press start game. I know there's a number of people who struggle right from the start before you get anything of interest to control the ship or anything like that. So I thought, why not show everyone what the deal is. So let's go ahead, put my name in there, choose career, press start. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, just go ahead and build a rocket. So this is how I do it. Just choose this command pod here, command pod Mark 1. Put some fuel on the bottom. Let's have maybe 5 of those, I think. Wait a minute, 1, 2, yeah, no, 6 of those. And then you're going to need some way of getting the Kerbal back down to Earth safely, because when you recover the ship, that's when you'll get a lot of data. Also, you're going to need a Communitron 16. I've put a parachute on top, so let's just go ahead and put the Communitron here. Okay, and then we want to go ahead and set our stages. So obviously, the first stage you want will be the booster at the bottom. So I think we're about ready to go. There's nothing else we need. And we go ahead to the launch pad. Should we give it a name? Let's just give it a name. Help 1, we'll call it. Just save that. Alright, let's go ahead and launch it. What I'm going to show you is just a way of placing the camera, and of using the WASD keys to control this ship up into the atmosphere. Maybe not into orbit, but up into the atmosphere, at least so you can get some usable data and then begin unlocking things. So what I've done from here is just hold down the shift key. That powers up the thrusters. I kind of turn on RCS using the R key as a matter of course, but it doesn't have any RCS at the moment, so that's where the difficulty lies, I think, for everyone. So here we go. We've got Jebediah Kerman, obviously. Who else could pilot such a rookie ship apart from Jeb? So we're about ready to go. Now I'm gonna press space and off we go. Now what I do is just scroll the camera so we're looking dead over the top like this, and then all you need to do, if it starts leaning to the right like it did just there, press the A key a little bit, because you'll see it try and, you know, be pulled down by gravity and knocked out of its straight flight path. So just use the WASD keys to make sure it's lined up. You're pretty much eclipsing the thrusters underneath it. You can see the fire underneath it. Just keep the nose of the rocket lined up with the thrusters, and you'll see that you're going pretty straight then. If I was to leave it, it would just tilt over and start flying across the surface of the planet and not be doing anything useful. So right now I'm going to go ahead and tilt my spaceship 90 degrees to the right. Now I'm having to use a lot of WASD here to control it. Currently I'm using A to keep it tilted just to the right angle. Now you can see we're burning through fuel really fast, but that's nothing you can do about. But what we're aiming to do here is at least get to some sort of off-planet height, so we can get enough data to unlock the next stage of rocket building. So yeah, I haven't quite tested how tall you can make this rocket before it gets uncontrollable. I may well do that in a minute, but I know this is a good way of getting usable data. Okay, so we've run out of fuel, so let's go ahead, right click the command pod, do a crew report. As you can see, that's going to give us 3.5 science, so we'll go ahead and keep data. Now what we want to do, if we could, get this to land on land, because then you can get the Kerbal out and do like a soil or surface sample, which gives you even more data. But by including the parachute on top, we'll be recovering, hopefully recovering this rocket, and yeah, hopefully recovering this rocket and getting enough data to unlock the next stage. It may not be possible, so what I'm going to go ahead and do here is go crew report again, and I'm going to send that crew report. So that's giving me 5 science now. But if I click on resources up the top here, you can see you don't have much electric charge. So using that, it's sent it, but now I've only got 19.94 electric charge. So what I want to go ahead and do now is press map, press the M key to get an overview of the galaxy or the solar system that you're in. It takes a little while. And as you can see, this is going to be our trajectory as it currently stands. So it looks like we may just land on land there, but we may not. Alright, so our apoapsis is 221,000 meters. Now with a bit more fuel and a correction in the angle and at what point we start tilting our rocket, we may be able to get this into orbit without any fancy you know, extra ship parts. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is press the X key. That takes away all of the throttle, as you can see. I'll just speed up the throttle again. You can see it on the bottom left instrument, on the bottom instrument here, just to the left as it curves around. Go back there, press the X key, and that reduces all the throttle. Now what that does is allow you to use the time warp, because obviously it's boring just waiting this long for your ship to do anything of any use. So as you can see, we're plummeting down to the surface now. That looks like now we're going to be landing in water. Landing in water is the best thing, because if I was to land this ship on land, I think with those fuel boosters, fuel tanks and the booster, it would probably explode. But this way will enable you to recover the ship and get lots of usable data. So I don't know how high up we are now, so I'm going to switch to map view, press the M key again. I've pressed you know, the one-time speed button, and as you can see, we're plummeting back down to Earth. Let's just do another crew report. We get another 3.5 science from that. We don't have enough to beam it back, so let's just press keep data. And as you can see, that's already 8.5 science data we've got now. Now, if it's possible, I'm going to do an EVA here. No, I'm not going to. No, just as well I didn't, because our ship's starting to burn up now. That's a pretty neat effect they've got here, I think. They've done a remarkable job building this game. And it is really good fun. Sometimes you need a break, but not very often. It's really interesting to, you know, a really interesting way of learning about physics and stuff, so. Alright, so my ship is plummeting pretty rapidly. As you can see, the speed there is approaching the surface at like 200 meters per second roughly. Once we get to about 2,000 meters, I'm going to press the spacebar, and that will, or I'm even going to do it a fail-safe way. Just right-click on the parachute and press deploy chute, and that will get us down into the water, hopefully, providing the rocket's not too heavy. Because Kerbin actually has an atmosphere, the atmosphere is slowing us down as we approach the surface as well, but parachute is necessary. You know, you don't want to be crash landing into the water. Your ship will become unrecoverable. Thank God we got Jebediah Kerman in charge. He knows what's going on. Look at him. He's a good guy. Hey Jeb, what's happening, bro? So I just pressed EVA to get him out. Let's do a little EVA report. Press keep data. And press F to board him on the ship again. Now, because our rocket is landing so slowly into the water, we should be able to recover all of this and get a good amount of science data, and then for those of you who are struggling with the career mode, it will enable you to unlock some other bits of equipment to build a bit more of a fancy rocket. Here we go, we've landed safely. Now all we need to do, well, actually, I wonder if I can do this. Let's just press EVA on the Kerbin. Take surface sample. So we could take a surface sample here. says here if I recover it with this surface sample, I'll get another 12 science. So press keep data. Make him grab on by pressing F. It gives you instructions here. Board him back in the capsule. And that's everything we need to do. So now we press, do not press revert flight, because that will take you back in time and none of this will have ever happened according to the game. So press escape and go to the Space Center. Just wait for this to load up. By the way, hope you all had a happy new year. I'm recording this on New Year's Day, a day off from work for me. Woo! Hope you didn't all get too drunk or anything like that, but I do hope you had a good evening. Alright, so what we want to do now, we're back at this place. We're going to click on this little building here with the 3 satellite dishes, and that'll take us inside here. Now what this enables us to do is recover our ship. So that's our ship up there, you can see the top left, help 1. It says he splashed down. So just go ahead and left click him, click on recover, and you can see all the data that will be given us. So crew report from Kerbin's upper atmosphere, plus 3.5 science. EVA report while flying over Kerbin's water, plus 5.6 science. Surface sample from Kerbin's water, 12 science. And recovery of a vessel after a suborbital flight, another plus 8 science. So let's go ahead and press done. So everything from that mission's been recovered. And now I can take you to the section where you can unlock stuff. I think that was a pretty successful mission as they go. So now what you want to do is click on this building down here, which I've highlighted. As you can see, absolutely nothing's unlocked, but we do have 34 science as shown in the top right hand corner here. Wow, there's some cool stuff there. Let's look at that in a minute. So yeah, let's go ahead, click on the basic rocketry. How hard can rocket science be anyway? That only costs 5 science, and that gives us an FLT 400 fuel tank, so double the amount of fuel per tank that we had in the in the fuel tank we've just used. Also gives us a tiny fuel tank, some mystery goo containment unit. These things are excellent for getting even more science data. You attach them to the side of the ship, and I'll take you through that in the next video. And we've got a stack decoupler, which makes it easy to separate parts of the ship out. So let's go ahead, press research. Only costs 5 science. We've got 34. That's done that. And that opens up 3 more branches of tech that we can concentrate on. So if I was to choose this top one, that's called general rocketry. More engines, more fuel, more ambitious ideas. So it gives us a powerful engine, the LVT-45 liquid fuel engine. Also gives us Sepratron 1. And it also gives us a solid fuel booster, which is handy because with that, I'm pretty sure without any RCS, I would be able to boost the rocket into at least space, if not an orbit. Alternatively, you can unlock stability, which gives you an aerodynamic nose cone, AVT-1 winglet, and a radial decoupler. Or you can choose the very bottom one, which is survivability. You get a tiny liquid engine with a max thrust of 50, one of the least powerful in the game. Some landing struts, and a radial mount parachute, which is a parachute that attaches to the side of the ship. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and click on general rocketry, unlock this for 20 science, and that will give us solid fuel boosters. So that's that. We've got 9 science left. As you can see, the bottom one, survivability one, costs 15 science. Stability costs 18 science, and obviously these new 2 I've unlocked are a bit out of our scientific price range. So let's go ahead and press close. And now, when we go and build another ship, we'll have more parts. So a neat thing you can do here is just get rid of all those fuel tanks. And instead of those, put these bigger ones there. Now, you kind of need to do a bit of trial and error to see how controllable this is without any RCS. But I think 4, that's about the same height as our previous rocket. I'm going to aim for 5. And then I'm going to test this bad boy. in the next video. But I hope this video has given you some insight into how to control your ship without any RCS, at least to get some usable data. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and I wish you all a very happy new year. Take care. Goodbye.